What's up, family? About to show you guys the process of the papaya salad mastery technique. I wanted to show you from the very beginning. We're gonna go for this fatty right here. I totally caught that with my foot. Oh, the green papaya. So amazing, most people only know it from its ripened state. Look at this very peculiar trademark. Leaves a heart on its trunk with every branch that goes. All right, so we got the goods. Gonna harvest some turmeric and see you guys in the kitchen. Peace. And the next element of the recipe is the turmeric. Fresh out the ground. Okay guys, here's the lowdown on the ingredients to the papaya kraut. Got some mighty tasty looking papayas here, two monsters, a good chunk of turmeric, about half a clove of garlic, sea salt, apple cider vinegar, couple different forms of pepper, few different probiotics, and this says inulin on it, but it's actually a combination of multiple prebiotics, inulin being one of them. So, the black pepper, the reasoning behind that, it has something called papyrin in it, which amplifies and boosts the absorption of the curcuminoids, which are the amazing compounds in turmeric that give turmeric its orange color. The potent anti-inflammatory effects are from the curcuminoids, the active constituent of that plant everybody wants so much. Make sure not to wash them too good because I like our soil, and that's where I also get probiotics. There's a probiotic that's in apple cider vinegar as well. If you don't have probiotics, that's enough to get the ferment started. I'm not super particular on exact measurements and ratios. I pretty much salt to taste. I salt to how I would imagine I'd want it to taste. And I will show you guys how much I put in this. These probiotics, Rootery have done some good research on this guy. Really fantastic bifidus bacteria, and this also has a few others included as well. Some lactobacillus, acidophilus, and another bacillus infantis. Yes, fantastic things. This is a solid go-to. I use this to culture the coconut milk as well. Different probiotics will affect the fermentation and ultimately the taste of what you're making. So this has just been consistent at being delicious, but recently I've been throwing it all in there because I'm going for diversity for my microbiome. This is Primal Defense. They have a good spread in there. And basically when I run out, I order a new one and I keep trying different varieties. This has about 5 different forms of prebiotics in it. You don't have to go that insane. Inulin is a good one to try, relatively cheap. Pectin's also one, but you gotta watch out for that as it will gel up. That would be interesting in this recipe. Alright, I'll show you guys how this all goes together. Talk a little louder to make sure I hit the mic, squat down a little bit, get in sight. Let's start it off with opening up these bad boys. So the different age of a papaya affects the enzyme content. Papain is one of the main things I'm going for here when I eat this, and it helps break down proteins, and as the papaya becomes more ripe, it has less and less papain. So I shave off all the parts that don't look healthy or dirty. And you can't see super well from there, but this will leak a white sap, and that's actually contains the highest amount of papain in it. So that's the good stuff. A lot of people shave off the skin before they make this because it's pretty bitter. I use it all because that's actually what I'm going for. I find the bitterness kind of disappears after a couple days of fermentation. There's also honey and salt in this, and good spices, so it really is not an issue to me. Bitter tastes are necessary to stimulate the digestive processes, by the way. In case you didn't know, it triggers certain reactions that actually triggers our parasympathetic nervous system, helps us relax, stimulates bile production, acid production, enzyme production, peristalsis. The bitter taste is a missing element in most people's diet. Okay. That'll bring out the fun every once in a while. Look at that gold. God, I don't know how good you can see this or not. It's a little orange, as you can tell. It's starting to turn, which is actually perfect in my mind because it brings a little sweeter taste and it's so tasty. You can see these seeds. Show you guys. Boom. You can see these seeds are turning black. They have turned black. They're mature and will reproduce. They taste a lot like black pepper. And they're really good spice in that sense. You can dry them out and use them in that format in a grinder. I throw a good chunk. I'll probably throw this load in with the blend just to get it in the mix. Also high in the enzyme, So yeah, that's the goods. I'll basically clean and chop both of these guys. Clean and cut in half both of these guys. So basically I take both of these, I'm going to save some of these seeds, and I'm going to put it in a food processor. Chop it into pieces that are small enough to fit into the top and blend it up. So on top of that, after I throw in the greens, I'm going to throw in the turmeric. And I'm saving the black seeds, the mature ones, to put in the blender when we make a sauce for all this. So we're going to mix the probiotics and black pepper, everything that we need broken down real fine, we blend up together in the apple cider vinegar. Alright, look at all that glory. Jeez, it's a lot of papaya. This is the turmeric. See the brighter orange. The pink is the semi-ripe papaya. And about to make the liquid that we mix in with this. Alright, this next part's easy. We're just basically throwing all the other ingredients into a blender so that they are evenly dispersed throughout the kraut. Apple cider vinegar, like I said, I just eye most things. I've gotten good at tasting over a period of time. I'll probably put like 4 or 6 tablespoons in here. I like to spin it around a little bit and get the culture off the bottom, even though it is spread throughout. Also, I put about a cup of water in here, into the blender. Put some white pepper. Maybe a heaping teaspoon of black pepper. I'm also doing about 1/4 of that clove of garlic is in here. And then 1 pill or 1 serving of each of these probiotics. Oh, and there's one element I forgot to mention. Honey as another prebiotic and a way to stimulate the fermentation in this. So for this, I'd probably put, this is a good amount of kraut. Probably put same amount as the apple cider vinegar, 4 to 6 teaspoons. I'm really into eyeing things. Kind of do it like you would to taste, and understand that a lot of the sugar is going to be eaten The longer you ferment it, the less sugar is going to be in it. Okay. This only needs to ferment depending on the temperature in your room. I have an incubator, so I set it between 95 and 100 degrees. This only needs to ferment a good day, but I've left it in there for a couple days. Day and a half to 2 days is pretty much ideal for me, and the taste, for how it tastes, you can definitely tell it's well fermented by then. And as for the prebiotics, I'd mix about 4 tablespoons with this amount. This has beta-glucans, inulin, galacto-oligosaccharides, and this other oligosaccharide that is extracted from tree bark, from the larch tree. So that's it, yeah, honey. Oh, and then the right amount of salt, which to me looks like a couple tablespoons. Yeah. And the more you do it, the more you get better at dosing, the more you get better at measuring. Excellent. So let's blend that up. Pour it over the kraut. And this is when you get nice and familiar with your food. You really want to squeeze it and help break it down. The more you squeeze it, the more juice will start coming out. And you want the juice to be there if you're going to store this long term. You want there to be enough juice to cover the plant matter, because it will mold on top. I tend to refrigerate after I ferment it for a couple days, so the mold is not really an issue. But there's plenty of juice in this stuff. You probably wouldn't even have to add that cup of water that I put in here, because papaya is 88% water, which is making it a very excellent food trying to live on a low-calorie diet, because it's so filling, helps you digest, gives you that crunch. It's got this delicious crunchy taste, and oh man, it's just been key for me recently. You'd be amazed. So like a cup of papaya has 55 calories in it, a cup of green papaya. And so I'm maybe putting 2 cups or 2.5 in my dinner at night. So delicious. All right, this is what we're working with now. Super juicy. And I'm gonna take that and cram it into these big mason jars. Once you have it in there, you pour whatever liquid is left in the bottom of the bowl in, and you can push it in until it's submerged by the liquid. And that's the name of the game, guys. Boom! Look at that color. And then, like I said, I put it in a dehydrator. You can put it on top of your fridge, keep it out of the light. Ideal temperature is the temperature of the inside of the human body, because that's where we're trying to get these guys to grow. Like I said, I put it in an incubator, and I'm gonna eat some of this tonight. You could eat it right away. It gets better as it sits, it breaks down, and more probiotic activity, and the amount of probiotics in it grows and grows and grows. I don't ferment it over 2 days, as I said. And that's the gist of it, guys. Probiotic kraut. So delicious. Awesome. Hope you enjoyed this. Best life ever to you. Peace.